Well, hi, Scorpios! Welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for reading. Unbelievable. So, I have shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So, Scorpios, let's find out what you can expect coming up here. Or Scorpios. Okay, Scorpios, the overall energy of your entire reading is the Strength card. This is the card for Leo, by the way, so Leo might be strong in your chart or in someone else's chart around this reading. There's the infinity symbol. It's the energy that really matters. The infinity symbol, the symbol of intuition and knowing. It's around your entire reading, so pay attention to your intuitions, okay? So what this card says is that you are going to know what to do, and you're going to find the strength and the courage to do it. Very powerful card. Around your entire reading, up here in your highest energy, is the Ace of Swords. Now, this is about seeking truth and clarity through conversation, usually. Now, these are the two highest energy cards in your entire reading. So I feel like there is a conversation that needs to be had, and you're going to find the strength and the courage to have it. Wow. And because that Ace of Swords, it's right next to the Page of Wands. There's something very truthful and honest that you need to come forth with the Page of Wands. This figure is holding a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. And speaking up, there's something brewing that's going to have to come out, and it looks like it's going to come from you. You know, you've been under a lot of stress or anxiety and or confusion. This is part of what you need to talk about. I don't know exactly what it's about yet, but I do know you've been up in your head, and it's been brewing, and that's why the Page of Wands is here, and that's why you're going to have to come out with this honest conversation. Under the Ace of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands. You know, you need to talk. See, here with the Page of Wands, you're holding on to that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. Well, here it is, like magnified, the Ace of Wands. That's what this wand is all about. So this is really what you need to speak up about. You want a fresh start. You want a new beginning. You want to move forward. There's something going on here, and you need to follow your intuition, and you need to find the strength and the courage to have this conversation. It looks like there's a lot of healing going on. I think once all this takes place, you're going to be able to heal. I mean, you've been up in your head for a while with this card being under the Five of Wands. So I feel like you've been putting off this conversation for quite some time, but it's like getting to the point, okay? So the Star is the card for Aquarius, so Aquarius might be strong in your chart, their chart, or someone else's chart around this reading. But this is about like seeing your own reflection bounce back at you from that pool of water, remembering the essence of who you are. It's like healing right down to your bare bones. It's very spiritual. Very spiritual. And so, you know, this Strength card, you're going to find the strength because you need to get this Five of Wands out of your life, actually. Because that is really being up in your head. That is really being stressed and anxious. And it's just been going on too long. That's how I feel. And I feel like you will find the strength and the courage to bring up this conversation so that you can move forward in life. I have the Fool under the Ace of Wands. Now this is something that I think you want to move forward from. So the Fool, this is the energy of dancing along with your head in the clouds. It's like throwing caution to the wind. It's usually very fun and very carefree energy. So whatever you want to speak up about, you know, usually that's why it's called the Fool card, okay? Because someone in this situation usually ends up looking forward and takes their head out of the clouds, and usually both parties don't do it at the same time, okay? So it causes some conflict which I see here. There might even be some arguments going on with the Five of Wands being there that you need to talk about. It's so I feel like you're starting to look forward because you're holding these wands. These wands are fresh starts, new beginnings. They're all about moving forward. So next to the Fool energy here is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is fire, so that'd be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It gives us 2 for Leo. Might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But more importantly, they're all male or female, by the way, these cards. The Queen is holding on to this staff of fresh starts and new beginnings again, okay? We got the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, and this wand here of fresh starts and new beginnings. But also with the Queen of Wands, there's a lot of passion involved. So I think you're a passionate person. And it's like where you put your heart, you put your passion, no matter what it is. Gardens, flowers, people, whatever it might be. So you really want this fresh start. You really want this new beginning. I think you have a lot of passion for this relationship. There's definitely somebody else here around you that you're up in your head about that you need to speak up to, okay? I don't know that it's a love relationship. It may not even be a love relationship. But, you know, I have a whole half of the reading to go. But you do want it to be stable and secure. I have the Knight of Pentacles next to the Queen of Wands and under the Star card. So it's like you've been waiting for some groundedness, some security and stability. So it probably is love. Tarot is mostly about love. But it looks like this horse is standing still, not moving at all. It is. There's one foot barely in front of the other one. This is the slowest energy in the whole tarot deck. And this knight moves forward so slow. It's tedious, it's irritating, it just drags on, and it may not even happen this lifetime. Okay? This horse be coming in over a period of lifetimes. So, but sometimes when this card shows up, it means they're actually coming in. So let me take out the second part of this reading. So here you are, you need to heal over this frustration, there might be some arguing, there might be, you know, this is absolutely anxiety-ridden card. You're going to speak up. It is about moving forward. It is about a fresh start. You're going to find the strength and the courage to do it, and you're going to speak your mind. You're going to speak your truth, and so that you can heal here. And I think regardless, you really want to move forward. So if this is sounding like you're reading so far, it probably is. If it's not sounding like you're reading, it may not be, and I would check your moon sign, because your moon sign is your private and emotional self. Okay, second part of this reading, Scorpios. Ooh, gosh. Oh, heck. Oh, Lord. Oh, gosh, there's the pentacle. From the Knight to the King. Well, up here in your highest energy, Scorpios, I have the Four of Wands, beautiful card in the tarot deck. This is a divine soulmate that we're talking about. Okay. There is a lot of love and a lot of happiness and joy associated with this card. This card can even represent marriage. Now, looking for that pentacle, you're looking for this commitment, you're pulling your head out of the clouds, you're looking towards the future. I don't think that they were quite on the same page or didn't feel like it, so you have this honest conversation here. After stewing about it, it feels like. And then next to this Four of Wands, I have the Moon. So the Moon is a card for Pisces. So Pisces might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But the Moon is about things that have been hidden, and I think that's what you've been holding inside, that will be revealed. And it's like night turning to day, you know, things coming to light. So with the Moon card here, I think this truth is going to involve what you've been wanting, expecting. And the Hierophant is on the other side of the Moon card, and the Hierophant is a card for Taurus. So Taurus might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But the Hierophant, very spiritual, This is about traditional values and traditional morals. It's about groundedness, security, stability. This card can represent marriage. I got 2 cards of marriage on both sides of the moon. I feel like this is what you want to speak up about, and that you've been waiting for this offer or to move this relationship, further forward towards a more committed relationship. Also, under the Four of Wands, that soulmate. I mean, that's a very strong soulmate that you're dealing with. And next to all this healing is a Six of Wands. This is success in love. This is all those wands coming up in the background are people celebrating your success in love. That wreath there can stand for engagement. I feel like things are working out. I feel like you really need to have this discussion. And it's right next to, this Six of Wands, and under the Moon card, having that, revealing what it is that is your truth and seeking their truth. Like, do you feel the same way? I mean, am I the only one who feels this connection so strongly? Well, the hand is out, the sword is up in self-protection, but you have to come out with this truthful conversation. This is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. That might be strong in your chart or their chart, or around the reading. So that gives us 2 for Aquarius here. And just like to point those things out. But this is right next to the Six of Wands. This is, things that are hidden, things that you've been holding in, I believe. And you're going to be coming out with it. The Queen is pointing right towards the Sun. All these cards are male or female. I don't know if I said that yet. But the Sun, this is like one of the best cards in the deck. This is what you're looking for. It's right under the Hierophant. You're looking for, this is all about a fresh start, new beginning. This is all about love. This is all about happiness. So you associate this Hierophant with lots of love and joy and happiness. And there might be a child involved in this reading with the child in this card. But this is something that you're going to want to talk about. Like I say, if this sounds like you're reading, it probably is. If it doesn't, it probably is not. And I would check your moon sign, private and emotional side. So next to this Knight of Pentacles, I have the Tower card. And this is under the Six of Wands. So I feel like you're blowing up all this waiting by having this conversation for this engagement. I think it's like without coming out with it, things will just stay going the same way. They've been going and going and going. And I feel like it just kind of kickstarts this relationship. So you're blowing up this idea that pentacle is never coming in. You're blowing up the idea that you have to keep waiting and waiting and nothing's happening, and just blowing that whole idea up. Because under this Queen of Swords is the Ten of Cups. You're going to find out they do love you just as much as you love them. That's 10 cups of love, of equal exchange, sunshine and rainbows. There is commitment here. There's children dancing. Again, there's children in this reading. There's a lot of love and joy and here in union between 2 people. And it's right next to the King of Pentacles. So in comes that Knight of Pentacles. Right between the Sun and the Ten of Cups. The King of Pentacles is Earth, so that'd be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. That might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But it's like the slowness of this Knight of Pentacles. They finally come to this place where this energy matures into that they are actually looking at this pentacle from a more mature standpoint than the Fool energy because of this conversation. And where it lays is I think they're going to have a pentacle for you. I think they're going to give you hope that there could be a pentacle for you. And so let me take out, this is a really strong connection going on here. You're not the only one with that Four of Wands showing up, feeling this connection. But I think when the truth comes out, you find out they feel it too. Oh God, under the deck, I have the Lovers. So the Lovers, this is a card for Gemini. So with the Queen of Swords, that gives us 2 for Gemini. So this is a divine soulmate. Okay, we already know you're a divine soulmate, but you've been lovers in another life. There might be a soul contract that you need to fulfill. There's a very, like I said, strong connection between you and this other person. This is your guardian angels and your spirit guides. They have their arms out, and it's like they're trying to bring you two together. They're trying to help manifest this relationship so you can come together again in this life. So the lovers goes right here. This is what you've been up in your head about this connection. It's such a strong connection, and I think that it feels like you don't know if they feel that connection like you do. Well, you're going to come out with it. You're going to find the strength and the courage to talk about this connection with them, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Really nice reading. So thank you for watching Scorpio's Universal Guidance Tarot.